Hey, Adriana, thank you for taking part in the November one-handed drill. Your fiance, Eric, made you some poles like mine, and you're doing the 4 poles in the corners. I love that for you guys. So you're doing one-handed not only on the turns, but also in the straight lines. So the reason why I recommend this drill is because most of the time I do recommend 2 hands between the barrels, 1 hand around. But it's a great drill to practice so that one, you can see if your horse will listen to your legs and your eyes and body more and not be dependent on your balance rein. And also, it's good for you to be more focused on how to communicate with your horse with just your inside hand, with just your inside leg, just your outside leg and your body, your shoulders, eyes, and seat. And then you made a nice little lead change there, which was quite impressive. And you still stayed and did everything one-handed. So that was really pretty. There's nothing to me better than having a barrel horse that's as broke as a reining horse or a dressage horse, because the better your foundation is when you go fast, the easier it is going to be to communicate with your horse and put him where you want. For a horse just to be patterned isn't enough, because they need to listen to what you have to say and wait on your communication, because it is a 50-50 thing. So I really loved the lead change. That was really impressive. I also find using the inside leg going into the turn helps with the outside leg going around. The inside will remind them to pick up their shoulder and soften the rib cage. And look at those flying lead changes. That was really impressive. So he wants to get a little zoomy in sometimes, but you do good at just sitting back and bringing your hand back. That was really impressive. Beautiful job. So you've done a great job training him, and that was amazing. I love the lead change in the middle too. So like I said, the most important thing as you're coming in and you're one-handed is that it's easy in, easy around, that you can guide the nose in, keep the shoulder and ribs out, and that will keep the hip in, the pivot foot under. So most of the time when you're starting a circle, you'll use a little inside leg, and it may just be your calf, it might be your foot, it might be your spur, just depend on how they're feeling. Also, sitting back on your pockets and using a little bit of bumping will help keep them slowing down, keep weight on their butt, and the leg will keep the rib cage bending. So if your horse is more forward, which Cowboy is a more forward horse, you're going to do more rating and asking him easy, easy. You can talk to him in the turns and say easy. You can say here. All those things can help. This is a good one where you're one-handed and we can see you use your inside leg right there, starting the turn, but your hand is just complementing your leg. And your English background has been probably the easiest thing for you to transfer over to barrel racing, because a lot of our cues are similar, except you guys do sometimes inside rein with outside leg, and which we do as well, but for obviously we're going to be doing more inside hand and inside leg together going into the turn, just to get the nose and keep the ribs and the shoulder. But that was really pretty. My most favorite part is the one-handed flying lead changes when you change direction. That was really impressive. And again, and he's got a quick speed. He's very athletic, and just switching your hands and your hips, that's how sensitive he is. Most geldings, I say, are kind of slow learners and take a while to get things, but he's such a sensitive gelding. He learns quickly, and that's how most mares are. Most mares mature really fast, and they're very sensitive. But geldings, can sometimes just be playful and laid back, and he's just super sensitive, and he's always trying to please you. I think he's a really cool horse. So, and this drill was definitely awesome. I had already had you down for this drill from the lesson at the house here, but I also love seeing you do it again, because this is really good for you guys, because it gives you more confidence too, that you don't have to stay 2 hands always to the barrel. But it's not a bad idea to do 2 hands between. But if you did go to the horn at your rate spot, like right there when you just swapped I liked when you did your lead change. We'll just watch that in slow motion here. And you're going around each pole twice, which is good. And then here we go. So right here, when you come around to do your lead change, you're still one-handed for the right lead. And off the corner, you're just going across straight. And when you go back to two hands here, even this part, he listened really well. And then you communicate with your hips and legs. Look at there. He just switched right over to the right lead. So that was really pretty. Or excuse me, the left lead. And he's just a super cool horse. So he's definitely a unicorn for sure. He's a cool dude. And you've done such a great job with him. And the thing is, even if a horse is winning, you still got to keep them winning. Once that you've taught them their basics and the pattern, now it's all about the mind and keeping them emotionally and physically happy and learning. So I love your jacket too, by the way. So great job. Congratulations. And you're in the drawing for personal best this month already, 2 personal bests and the training challenge. Great job. Thank you.